Hey, thanks for joining me. LTK here, Love Them Knives channel. Got this knife. Okay, so Jeff Anderson, want to give him a big shout out. He lives out in Fresno, California area. And he called me because he is low tech. He is the lowest tech person that I know pretty much, other than my mother-in-law, who still writes checks and doesn't even have a debit card, much less a cell phone or a computer. Jeff is a notch above that. He's like, okay, so he called me on the phone because that's about it. But he does have an email address and stuff, but it was funny talking with him. He's a great guy. And he goes, I want to get that Fortis knife. And I go, Fortis? Fortis? I'm you know, because people throw names at me and then I freak out. And so finally he goes, you know, the one on Blade HQ. And they have these at Knife Center as well. Ferrum Forge Fortis 2.0 Pro Line Series knife. That, you know what? These have been floating around for a few months, I guess. And I haven't even looked at them. I haven't even looked at them. So thank you, Jeff. I mean, he's more progressive and with it than I am, even though he's not good with a computer. He's doesn't text. He doesn't know how to clear his voicemail box out. I think he probably had one of the ladies. I mean, he did have some health things where he had a nurse come by, and I think he probably grabbed her and said, hey, do you know how to do this? In any case, so he's had this sent from Blade HQ directly to me. So he hasn't even had his hands on this knife yet. But he wanted me to check it out. And I said, yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I was on the phone, like, looking it up. It's like, oh, God, really? So, I mean, I've had the Ferrum Forge. I got a Gent. I've had the Falcon. I've had the Crux. You know, all that from Mass Drop stuff. But this is made by We Knives. But this is their Pro Line series. And I'll give you the link to the website for Ferrum Forge and a link to the video that Ferrum Forge does, which is really kind of a cool video. It's very informal, and it's really neat. The brothers are cutting up and stuff. But to introduce their Pro Line series. So they're made by We Knives, of course, and you can get these. And this is the Fortis, which is this is a design that they had. So he was saying, if we're gonna do a Pro Line, should we come up with brand new designs or should we use some existing designs? And so they decided to use some existing designs and maybe change them up a little bit, which they did on this Fortis. That's why it's called the Fortis 2.0. But when I got this from Blade HQ, what I'm trying to tell you, taking a long time getting around to it, is I'm really impressed with this knife. This knife, and I should have probably got one of my Riot knives out, but this knife doesn't feel like a We knife to me. I mean, We knives don't, to me, they don't feel like a tank, you know, like a heavy built type. And the Riot knives feel more that way with the Valhalla and some of the others. They feel kind of tank-like. And this does too. This is just a real, I mean, you know, obviously it's, the weight should be relieved somewhat because of all the cutouts and stuff, but this is just one style that you can get of this knife. And I'll show you the other styles. But it's still the same size as a paramilitary too, 8 1/4 inches. See? Basically the exact same size, and of course if you flip them aspect ratio wise, the Para 2 will almost look bigger, but it's not. They're the same size. 8 1/4 inches, 8 1/4 inches. Okay, 3.6 inch blade, 3.5 inch blade, like 3.25 cutting edge, which I'll prove to you. But I was just saying, wow, when I opened it up, ooh, detent. D10. Yeah, see, I'd be more inclined to say 3.6, but whatever. 3.5, 8 1/4 overall. So 20.5 centimeters or so near there too. And about 90, I'm going to say 91 millimeters. Probably should say 90, but whatever. Big front choil for going forward on. They just, I don't know, they just really feel substantial. Now, the more I mess with this, the more I'm kind of tuning into it, and it doesn't feel as thick, heavy, and tank-like clunky to me. But at first, it did. I mean, I don't know what I'd been handling before I opened the pouch and pulled this out, but it was a more delicate knife. This is, even though it's got these cutouts and stuff, it still seems like the scales are thick and heavy. And I mean, and you know, you look at the Stonewash on these blades. That's a real heavy Stonewash. So it's real kind of a tough industrial look Stonewash all the way on these titanium scales. And then they bronzed it. And you can get it blue, bronze, black, or just silver. You can get it with this style or bars running across it. I'll show you the different styles. This is this one, of course. Okay, Pro Series, Fortis 2.0, blah, blah, blah. And here you go, 8 1/4, 3.5 overall, 3.125, I guess, cutting edge, drop point, flat grind, plain, blah, blah. Okay, so in any case, and you know, if you want to pause and read, you can pause and read this. Okay? But you can get it plain, like this. Just plain. You can get it in blue, bronze, black, or this titanium color. Just plain. Plain's kind of cool. I like that. Then you can get it in the hex pattern, which is this. And, you know, blue, bronze, black, plain. This is bronze. I like this damn knife so much. I'll tell you what. I ordered this one. Blue, of course, you know me. But I got the bars. I saw the bars on somebody else's site. Now I can't remember your name, but I saw it on crap, now I can't remember. Yeah, but I saw it on his Instagram, and I go, I just ordered the same one. Don't tell my wife. She doesn't know. But in any case, 250 bucks. And you know, I had a guy that saw my posting of this one on my Instagram and says, is it worth it? I mean, is it worth 250 bucks? And I go, I'll tell you what. Yes, it's not a fancy pivot. There's no fancy work there. There's a lot of machining here. And I love the design. If you like that Ferrum forge, I mean, this is like a grown-up Falcon to me, in a way. But, and We Knives makes a damn good knife. And you want to buy a knife from We Knives? What are their S35 VN knives cost that aren't a Ferrum forge design, just their own in-house and stuff? What do they cost? 248 bucks, right? So you're going to pay 250 bucks for just an unknown designer We Knife with S35. I mean, if they get the M390 ones are 300 bucks, really close, right? So is it worth 250? Yeah, because it's a Ferrum forge design, and I mean, I like this design. If it was a design I didn't like, I wouldn't buy it. No. But this, yes. And I mean, they upgraded, I think upgraded, but they changed the Fortis because they put the cutout in the blade, which, yes, but that detent is so strong, it ain't easy. It ain't easy, but it's getting better. So this is one of those, you know, maybe takes a little while to kind of break in, but that is some detent. I'll tell you what, I mean, I can't remember the last time I had a knife that had a 7 detent on it. I definitely cannot shake this out. One guy was like, well, can you shake the blade out? If you can pitch for the Dodgers, okay? I'm just saying that would be some shaking. No, you can't. No, you can't. And I can't, and I'm not even going to try because my shoulder, it'll be so sore for so many days. This is the first production run. So great job, Tank Anderson. In any case, so, wow. It's really a cool knife. And you know what? I ordered the blue with the bars like I showed you, but After I ordered it, I look back at this and I'm going, maybe this should have been the one, the style I ordered. Oh, okay, so this is the Fortis. You know, of course it's not, but Knife Center had a picture. You know, see what I'm saying? See this? Different. Now, yeah, they got a nicer, fancier pivot and all that kind of stuff. But hey, I mean, you know, that one is the one, come here, like they made in their shop. So, I mean, that's what, $600, $550, something like that. This one's $250. So, what am I saying? Yeah. So this is more affordable. And, you know, I really do prefer the cutout in the blade. And I really kind of prefer, well, I guess that's about it. I just, with that cutout, it kind of makes the grind look, I mean, the grind is done a little bit different because I got to leave this flat open for this cutout and stuff. And then the handle, the scales, I think have been modified some, and I really like these better. So as far as that goes, I mean, how much better do you get? Okay? It's got a hardened steel lock bar. You know how they do that. Detent, a ceramic detent ball. All that kind of stuff in here. Pocket clip. Yeah, I think it looks good. Yeah, I mean, the fit and finish is great on these knives. Of course it is. Let me see if we'll drop it right over the detent ball. Okay, yeah, it will. Sometimes the detent ball engages so late that by the time you've dropped this tab past your thumb, it still hasn't overcome it, but it has. So this great makes it a real easy to flip and shake down. Now, I took this one apart because Jeff said I could do that. So I did. And there it is. And so you've got ceramic bearings that are captured so they won't all fall out when you, and of course the steel washers are here and here. And then there's your hardened steel lock bar or insert into the lock bar and all that kind of stuff. And of course, don't have to do weight relieving because they cut holes in here. Now, I don't know if, I'll know on the blue one when I get it, but I don't have it yet. I probably won't have it for another 3 or 4 days. But it comes in a zipper pouch, which looks like a wee knife zipper pouch. And it doesn't say anything on the outside, although it's got this tag here. First run, S35EN steel blade. I mean, I like it. I like it. I don't know. I mean, I was not that impressed with the Falcon. I had the Falcon, that mass drop Falcon, and then, I don't know. I mean, I really like the Crux better, and I do have the Gent. I don't have the Crux or the Falcon anymore, but I have the Gent. We're in a blue G10. Okay, so I like that. That's a nice light carry knife. This one is kind of a medium carry knife. Ferrum Forge. So you get this with it too, and is there stuff on the back? Yeah. It's sharp. And there you go. Assembled in China, designed and tested in Cali. So, and then inside, I mean this here, and this is the model number type deal. So this pouch came inside here. There was no box. There's no actual box or anything. So it comes in the pouch, which is fine. Yeah, I like it. I mean, the edge looks reasonable. Well, what do we got? See, and there's kind of the back side of the Fortis, the one that Ferrum Forge made. So this side matches the front side. So it's not just a plain back side with, you know, the front side being bars and stuff on it. So, I mean, this is nice because it's more symmetrical in the design, I think. So, yeah, I like it. And it's sharp. Okay, that works. Let's get the scale out here and weigh it up. And if you looked at the stats on the sheet as I put it out there, but 4.71, this is the lightest of these knives, obviously because of all the cutouts. So 133.5 grams. Okay. So, yeah, I imagine that blue one with the bars, that'll probably be 5 ounces, maybe a smidge over. So, yeah. Any case, this came apart and went back together real easy, no problem. I think this was a number, yeah, this was a number 8. These were number 6s, so, you know, kind of run-of-the-mill deal there. You've got jimping on kind of a little thumb ramp thing going on here, and you've got this choil up front. So, wow. I mean, just there's the design of this knife is great. You know, that's why I broke down, and after handling this for just one day, I said, I got to have one, okay? I think this is a knife that I could just carry. I mean, I think this is one I could really settle on. I rotate a lot. I'm really fickle, but I think this is a knife that I could carry every day for a long time and be happy that it's like the most enjoyable carry knife in my lineup. I swear to God. I don't know. I mean, that's... So it's going to be a 4mm blade, 0.16. Yeah, 4mm blade. And I don't know if I can... Nah, I can't get over this. Hold on, let me get my calipers and let's make sure they're zeroed. Okay, 13. So 0.51. It's not that fat. It's not that wide. It's not that heavy. Why does it feel like a tank to me? And you may ask yourself, I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. You cannot be cavalier about flipping this knife. Whew. All I got to say is I'll know better when I get my blue one if that detent holds up. But this detent is strong. Now, this detent may be too strong for some people's tastes. I think that's about my only concern, that it might be a little strong. I've had some people say, oh, this knife has detent from hell. Well, okay. And, you know, as all frame lock knives are, when you rest your fingers on that lock bar and you squeeze, when you try and flip it, you're going to, you know, you're going to impede it. So if you get your fingers away and go like this, the detent's not quite as strong. But, I mean, I kind of went all around doing different kind of hand holds, and still, it's a strong detent. I mean, it's just a strong detent. I'm trying to fail it right now. Let me see if I can fail it. No, I can't fail this knife. There's very few knives that I can't fail. That's how strong the detent is. So I'm impressed. I do like the detent on this knife. I like it a lot. It's an open design. Would I have liked a little bit of a backspacer maybe coming up this far? Yeah, maybe with some kind of mill design or something that carries over from these. Yeah. But this is really... But that's okay. That's okay. It's real open, easy to clean, obviously. Comes apart. It's really simple, like I said, on the disassembly stuff. There's nothing here. I mean, there's nothing here. I mean, there's a couple. Where are the other screws? There's the pivot screw and the 2 other body screws. I mean, I left those in. You know, these are from this side. But there's nothing here. There's just the washers, the bearings. That's it. I mean, you know, and the pivot and 2 screws for the body, basically. As far as, you know, just quick disassembly for cleaning, it really comes apart easy. There wasn't any Loctite or crap in it. So I really like that. Whew. Kicking 20 minutes right in the ass, aren't we? Okay. Well, in any case, I'm just telling you. Yeah, I like this Fortis knife. And it's, you know, it's not a small knife. It's 3.5. Look at this. Pure. Make it. Yeah, it is. It is definitely a different... Yeah, that's probably some of the strongest detent I can remember for a long time in a knife. Most of them are like a 4.5 to a 5, maybe a 5.5. This thing's a 7. That's a pretty strong pull. 6.5 to a 7. I don't know what a 10 would be. A 10 would be it can't open. You know, but that's strong. That's really strong. Okay, I like it. I like it. I like the design. I always liked the Ferrum Forge Falcon. Okay. I just thought, I don't know, it didn't translate as well or something, and there was differentials in detent and feel and stuff. I don't know. But in any case, this, yes, is a bigger Falcon. It's a bigger, better, nicer, and I always like the design on this, and it's comfortable. You know, reverse grip, yeah, it's just like going home, baby. I mean, I find it to be comfortable. I don't find any hot spots, and this pocket clip's great, and it's right or left hand, which I didn't mention. By the way, these holes are staring at you for a reason. So it's right or left hand tip up carry. I mean, what more do you want? Thumb ramp that's jimped flipper tab, big forward choil for sharpening, great reinforced tip, nice piercing slicing, not a problem. Comfortable ergos on the handle, right or left hand tip up. Where's the lanyard hole? Where's the lanyard hole? You might be able to put a cord around this. I don't know how far. And just as we close out, how well did we use what we had? Pretty well. Try and pull it out of that detent. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but you know what? Yes, you could use that as a lanyard, couldn't you? Look at how far away you are from the blade there. But the design is great. This backs up. You don't see the back end of the blade, right? Whoosh, all the way around. Is that a clean look? Hell yeah. Does that look like a pterodactyl's eye or a dinosaur eye, you know, of a primitive bird or something? Yes. Yes, it does. It's good. What do you think, Flan? You've been sitting there looking at me like, what? You really like this knife? Yes, I do. All right. I'm letting you go. But yeah, I do. Thanks, Jeff. You just cost me $250. Oh, you're in so much trouble. All right. We do love them knives. So you guys out there, stay sharp, buddies.